Hard work will always outshine talent. It doesn't matter how gifted you are, how naturally skilled you might be, or how many advantages you're born with. If you don't put in the work, someone else will. Talent alone is never enough. It can give you a head start, but it will never carry you to the finish line. What separates the good from the great, what makes legends stand above the rest, is the willingness to push harder, to grind longer, and to sacrifice more than anyone else. Think about it, the world is full of talented people who never made it. How many stories have we heard of individuals who had all the potential in the world but faded away because they relied on their gifts instead of their effort? They thought they could coast through on natural ability, but they were wrong. Because out there in the shadows, someone was working. Someone was training at 5 a.m. while they were still asleep. Someone was perfecting their craft while they were taking it easy. And in the end, that person, the one who worked the hardest, became the best. Hard work is about consistency. It's about showing up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. It's about pushing past pain, past fatigue, past self-doubt, and proving to yourself that you are unstoppable. It's about discipline, choosing to work even when you don't feel motivated. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline, that's what separates champions from the rest. Champions don't wait until they feel like working. They just work, they push through when their body is tired, when their mind tells them to quit, because they know that's when the real progress happens. And here's the truth. Hard work makes talent irrelevant. You can be the most naturally gifted person in the world, but if you don't work, your talent means nothing. On the other hand, someone with average talent who works like their life depends on it will surpass you every time. Why? Because hard work builds something deeper than skill. It builds mental strength, it builds resilience, it builds the ability to overcome failure, to keep going when things get tough. That's what true greatness requires. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when your body aches, when your mind is screaming at you to stop, when you feel like you've done enough. But that's the exact moment when champions push harder. That's when they step up, when they refuse to let excuses win, when they remind themselves why they started. And that's what separates them from everyone else. Success is a long, painful journey. It's filled with sacrifices, late nights, early mornings, missing out on things others enjoy because you're chasing something greater. It's about making the hard choices, choosing the work over the easy path. Most people will never understand this. They will never see the hours you put in when nobody is watching. They will only see the success, the trophies, the achievement, but what they don't see is what built that success. The sweat, the pain, the relentless effort behind the scenes. And when you finally reach your goal, when you stand at the top and look back, you realize something. Talent didn't get you there. Hard work did. Every early morning, every late night, every moment you wanted to quit, but didn't. That's what got you there. That's what made you who you are. So never rely on talent alone. Talent is a gift, but hard work is a choice. And the ones who choose to work, to grind, to suffer for their dreams, those are the ones who become unstoppable. Your mentality defines your destiny. Talent and hard work are important, but without an unbreakable mindset, you will never reach the highest level. The world is full of obstacles, full of people who doubt you, full of moments where you will feel like giving up. If you don't have the mental strength to push through, then you will fall. But if you develop an unshakable belief in yourself, if you refuse to break no matter what comes your way, then nothing, absolutely nothing can stop you. The difference between winners and everyone else isn't just skill or effort, it's their mentality. A strong mind can endure failure, criticism, pain, and pressure without breaking. Weak minds quit when things get tough. They start strong but crumble when they face adversity. Champions, however, thrive under pressure. They don't see failure as the end, they see it as fuel. They don't let setbacks break them, they use setbacks as motivation. They don't listen to doubters, they prove doubters wrong. Life will test you, you will lose, you will fall, you will experience heartbreak, pain, and moments where you feel like all the work you put in was for nothing. But in these moments, you have a choice. Will you give up or will you fight back? Champions don't quit. They rise every single time they fall. They refuse to let failure define them. Instead, they use it to come back stronger. Every setback is a lesson, every criticism is an opportunity to improve, and every challenge is a chance to prove that nothing can break them. This kind of mentality is built over time. It's not something you are born with, it's something you develop through discipline and experience. Every time you push past pain, you get stronger. Every time you ignore negativity and focus on your goal, your mind gets tougher. Every time you step up when others step back, you prove to yourself that you are built differently. Doubt is normal. Fear is normal. But champions don't let fear control them. They don't let doubt dictate their actions. They trust their work, their preparation, their mindset. They walk onto the biggest stages in the world under the brightest lights with millions watching, and they do not break. They rise to the occasion. Why? Because they have already won in their mind. They have already trained themselves to be unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable. People will try to bring you down. They will say you can do it. They will try to make you believe you are not good enough. But understand this, no one's opinion matters except yours. If you believe in yourself, if you refuse to listen to negativity, if you decide that you will not be broken, then you become unstoppable. So the question is simple. Will you be mentally strong or will you let the world break you? Will you push through or will you fold under pressure? Only the strongest survive. Only the mentally unbreakable make it to the top. If you want to be the best, build a mind that never gives up, never breaks, and never settles. Because at the highest level, mentality is what separates the great from the legends. Greatness demands sacrifice and discipline. You don't become the best by accident. You don't wake up one day and find yourself at the top. It takes years of dedication, years of saying no to distractions, years of making choices that most people aren't willing to make. Success isn't given, it's earned through sacrifice, through discipline, through an obsession with being better every single day. Most people want success, but very few are willing to pay the price. They want the glory, but they don't want the grind. They want the rewards, but they're not willing to give up their comfort. That's why so few make it to the top. Because this journey isn't for the weak. It's not for those who want shortcuts. It's for the ones who are willing to suffer, who are willing to put in the work when nobody's watching, who are willing to make sacrifices that most people would never even consider. You will have to give up things you enjoy, late nights, parties, comfort. Those things don't exist for people who are chasing greatness. While others are sleeping, you will be working. While others are relaxing, you will be grinding. While others are making excuses, you will be making progress. That's the difference. Champions don't live like everyone else. Their discipline sets them apart. Discipline is waking up early when you don't feel like it. Discipline is training when your body is sore. Discipline is sticking to your routine even when there's an easier option. It's not about how you feel, it's about what needs to be done. That's why so many people fail. They rely on motivation, but motivation fades. Discipline is permanent. It's what keeps you going when motivation disappears. You will have to make choices that others don't understand. They will question you, they will tell you to take it easy, to enjoy life, to slow down. But they don't see the vision. They don't understand what you're building. They don't know what it takes to reach the top. That's why their opinion doesn't matter. Stay focused. Stay locked in. Ignore the distractions and keep working. It's not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But that's what makes it special. It's what makes the journey worth it. The suffering, the sacrifices, the discipline, it all pays off in the end. And when you finally reach your goal, when you look back at everything you gave up, you realize one thing. It was all worth it. So ask yourself, are you willing to make the sacrifices? Are you willing to be disciplined when no one is watching? Are you willing to do what others won't? Because if you are, then success is yours. Not today, not tomorrow, but one day, if you stay the course, if you remain disciplined, you will have everything you worked for. No excuses, no shortcuts, just sacrifice and discipline. That's the price of greatness. Doubt is a powerful thing. It can break people, crush dreams, and stop even the most talented from reaching their true potential. But here's the truth. Doubt only has power if you allow it. When people tell you that you're not good enough, that you won't make it, that you're wasting your time, you have two choices. You can believe them and let their words define you, or you can use their doubt as fuel to push harder, to prove them all wrong. There will always be critics. There will always be people who don't believe in you. Some will doubt you because they don't see your vision. Others will doubt you because they fear your success. They don't want to see you rise. They don't want to see you succeed because it reminds them of everything they didn't do. They will laugh at your goals, try to break your confidence, and tell you to be realistic. But remember this, greatness was never built on realism. Greatness is built by those who refuse to accept limits, who refuse to let others tell them what's possible. The best way to silence doubters is through action. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to waste time convincing them. Just work. Just grind, just push yourself so far beyond what they thought was possible that they have no choice but to watch. Make them regret doubting you. Make them see that every word they spoke against you only made you stronger. This isn't about proving them wrong just for the sake of it. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of more than they ever imagined. It's about showing yourself that their words mean nothing compared to your work. Because at the end of the day, the only person who decides what you achieve is you, not them, not their opinions, not their negativity, you. So when they doubt you, smile. When they say you can't work harder, when they try to break you, use their words as fuel. Let them think you won't make it. Let them laugh, because one day when you're standing at the top, they will have no choice but to admit they were wrong. And when that day comes, don't say a word, just let your success speak for itself. Winning isn't just about talent. It isn't just about skill. It's about mentality. A mindset that refuses to settle for anything less than being the best. A true champion doesn't celebrate one victory and stop. A true champion doesn't get comfortable after success. No. Champions are never satisfied. They always want more. They always demand more from themselves. Because the moment you think you've made it, the moment you relax, that's the moment someone else, someone hungrier, someone more restless is coming to take your place. This is what separates legends from the rest. Some people win once and lose their hunger. They think they've done enough, they think they can slow down, but champions don't stop. Winning isn't just something they do, it's who they are, it's in their DNA. They train, they fight, they push themselves every single day, not because they have to, but because they refuse to be anything less than the best. A winning mentality means never settling. It means always looking for the next challenge. It means understanding that every single day is an opportunity to get better. No matter how much you've achieved, there is always more to do. There is always another level. There is always someone out there working just as hard, so you have to work harder. Pressure. Champions love pressure. They don't run from the big moments, they own them. When the world is watching, when the expectations are sky high, when the stakes are at their highest, that's when they shine, because they have prepared for this. They don't fear failure because they have put in the work. They don't let nerves get to them because they know they belong at the top. The winning mentality isn't just about confidence, it's about obsession, it's about being obsessed with improving, obsessed with winning. No doubt that you are the best, and that obsession is what keeps you ahead of the rest. So ask yourself, do you really want to win, or do you just like the idea of winning? Because real winners don't just talk about success, they live it. They show up every day. They work when nobody's watching. They push themselves beyond their limits. And when they win, they don't celebrate for too long because they already think about the next challenge. Never settle, never be satisfied. Keep winning and then win again. Legends are not just remembered for what they did in the moment, they are remembered for what they left behind. Trophies fade, records get broken, but a legacy is forever. It's not about how many times you win, it's about how you are remembered. It's about making sure that when your name is spoken, it carries weight. That people look at your journey and say, this person changed the game. A true champion doesn't just play for today. They don't just chase personal success. They think bigger. They want to inspire. They want to leave a mark that can't be erased. They want to change the way people think, the way people work, the way people dream. Legacy isn't just about what you achieve, it's about how you achieve it. It's about the mindset, the discipline, the sacrifices, the relentless pursuit of greatness. It's about showing the world what's possible. It's about proving that limits are meant to be broken. Most people will come and go without making an impact. They will be forgotten the moment they stop playing. Why? Because they didn't build something greater than themselves. They were satisfied with short-term success, but the greatest, they build something that lives on. They inspire the next generation. They make sure that when they are gone, their influence remains. So ask yourself, what will your legacy be? Will you be just another name, or will you be the name? Will you be remembered as someone who was good, or as someone who changed the game forever? I see you want more, so let's go deeper. Pain is temporary, but glory is forever. Every champion, every legend, every icon has gone through pain. They have suffered, they have been doubted, they have failed more times than they can count, but the difference between them and everyone else, they never quit. They understood one thing: pain is temporary, but the reward of pushing through it lasts forever. Pain is part of the process. Sacrifice, struggle, frustration, it's all necessary. You will have moments where your body aches, where your mind tells you to stop, where it feels like you have nothing left to give. This is where most people break, this is where most people walk away. But this is also the exact moment that separates the great from the average. Because when you refuse to quit, when you fight through the exhaustion, the setbacks, the doubts, you come out stronger, you come out sharper, you come out with a fire inside you that nobody can put out. And when you finally reach the top, when you finally taste victory, every drop of sweat, every sleepless night, every sacrifice you made will be worth it. People remember winners. They remember those who stood tall when everyone expected them to fall. They remember those who took the pain, took the struggle, and turned it into something legendary. So when you feel like giving up, when you think you've reached your limit, keep going. Because the pain you feel today will be the strength you use tomorrow. And the moment you taste victory, you'll realize it was all worth it. There are no limits, only the ones you accept. The world will try to put limits on you. It will tell you what's possible, what's realistic, what you can and can't achieve. People will say you're too young, you're too old, you don't have the right background, you don't have what it takes. They will try to put a ceiling on your potential, try to convince you that greatness is only for a select few. But here's the truth: limits only exist if you believe in them. The people who make history, the ones who change the game, are the ones who refuse to accept limits. They push past what others say is possible. They don't care about the rules set by society. They don't care about the opinions of doubters. They decide for themselves how far they will go. Everything you want, every dream, every goal, every impossible achievement is within your reach if you refuse to let limits define you. It won't be easy, it won't happen overnight, But if you believe, if you work, if you refuse to stop, there is nothing that can hold you back. The only question is, will you accept what the world tells you, or will you break every barrier in front of you? Talent means nothing without hard work. You can have all the natural ability in the world, but if you don't put in the work, if you don't grind every single day, then you will never reach your full potential. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's a fact. The greatest athletes, the greatest minds, the greatest leaders, they all have one thing in common: an unstoppable work ethic. They don't just rely on their gifts. They don't just show up and expect success. They put in the hours, they sacrifice, they push themselves to levels most people can't even imagine, because they know that success isn't given, it's earned. There are no shortcuts, no easy way to the top. It's blood, sweat, and sacrifice. It's about showing up when you're tired, pushing through when you don't feel like it, and giving 100% even when no one is watching. Champions don't wait for opportunities, they create them. They don't hope for success, they grind for it. Your work ethic is what separates you. It's what will determine whether you stay average or become legendary. You can have all the dreams in the world, but dreams mean nothing without effort. So ask yourself, are you outworking everyone else? Are you pushing yourself beyond your limits? Are you doing everything it takes? Because in the end, it won't be talent that defines you, it will be your work.